probably my most asked question. What is the weight of your Pajero? Today, we're going to find out. Yesterday, I went uptown. I went to one of the official public weigh bridges, not one of the free ones at the dump. I wanted to make sure I get an accurate measurement. I went to one that you actually paid for. I even paid the extra $5 and got the ticket, and I got my Pajero weighed. I know a lot of you are going to be very interested in this video, particularly you people out there that keeps constantly telling me I'm overweight, I'm overweight, I'm overweight, I'm overweight. It's like a cracked record player. Oh, I can't tell you how frustrating that is. And frankly, guys, I'm surprised that you think I'm actually overweight, because I don't have a bull bar that weighs 50 kilos plus. I don't have a winch. Goodness knows what they weigh, like many of you do. I don't have an updated rear metal bull bar. Guys, the only thing I've got on my vehicle externally that's added the weight is my rooftop tent and my side awning. Yeah, I must admit my side awning is fairly heavy at some 27 kilos, but it's worth that 27 kilos for what I've got, as you're quite aware of it. Rooftop tent, contrary to what it looks like it's very heavy. It's actually only weighs 73, 75 kilos, thereabouts. About the same weight as my iCamper was. And no one ever questioned me about weights when I had that on the vehicle. Probably because this thing is so much bigger, looks so much bigger, or in actual fact it's not that much bigger, guys. It's the same height, 30 centimeters height. But I think where a lot of yous are getting fooled is the front of the iCamper is not as high at the front. It actually streamlines to the back, which makes it look a lot smaller. Which of the two designs I prefer? I definitely prefer the room that I've got in my rooftop tent. Now you might think it's going to add more resistance to the wind, but I can tell you guys, this thing here is not using any more fuel than what I ever have when I was using my iCamper, and in fact probably even a bit lower. And in fact it's using less fuel than another rooftop tent that I tried once that was only about 16 centimeters high. That I was going through more fuel when I had that on my vehicle driving on the highway than I have with any other rooftop tent. How bizarre is that? So the size of the rooftop tent doesn't matter, okay? But we're getting offline here a bit, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably down there in TV land or on your mobile phone or tablet, whatever you're watching this on. Get on with it, get on with it. I'm sure you're very keen to know what this vehicle weighs. Right, before I tell you the weight, guys, I got to tell you what exactly we weighed in here. So, I came up with the thought, I'm going to weigh what my vehicle weighs with the gear that stays inside the vehicle all the time, such as rooftop tent, such as ostrich wing. Although guys, there is times when I will remove the ostrich wing and use just the tarp, for example when I'm going extreme forward driving, which is very rare. In fact, it's never. I just don't do extreme stuff anymore. So I've never found I had to remove it. But it's a safety precaution. In fact, when I go to Fraser, I will remove that just to be on the safety precaution until I get a better mounting system for my rooftop tent and brackets. As good as what this one is, I think there are better. I know, get on with it. You know me. I have a lot to talk about when I go in front of the camera. Let's get on to this, shall we? So what are we going to weigh? Of course, the fridge. Empty fridge, because the weight inside varies. So I emptied everything out that I had in the fridge. I removed all the chairs. I removed all my kitchen utensils. Everything like that I removed. I removed my tools. I removed the pegs and hammers. I removed all my lighting, etc. Alright, all the camping gear that I normally always keep in the vehicle. Because my plan I'm going to do is individually weigh every component, all my camping gear, everything that goes in this tent, make up a checklist with all the weights on it, so that way as I'm ticking it off, it totals the weight, and I just add that to the weight on the vehicle that I got yesterday, and that way I know exactly what my vehicle weighs. Now there are apps you can do that with. I used to do this with the backpacking when I was doing a lot of lightweight backpacking. I weighed everything, even though if it weighed 2 or 3 grams, that all went on the list, because you'll be amazed. 2 grams here, 3 grams here, 100 grams here, 200 grams here, 300 grams here, a kilo there, 4 kilos here, 5 kilo there, 6 kilos here. You know what I'm talking about. It all adds up. So I removed all that, and then I gently jumped in my 4-drive, raced over. No speeding though. Just as well I don't speed, because it's amazing how many police are out with radar guns of late around Bundy. It's incredible. There must be a blitz going on, and about time too. Although, be honest, most of the people here drive on, if it's a 60k limit, they drive on 40. If it's 100, you'll be lucky if they sit on 70 or 80. So I don't know. I can't imagine they get too many people speeding, but they do. There is some in amongst those slow drivers. So I went there. So I pulled up. I said to the guys, right,
you get out from here. I don't want you to get out from here. Listen, I don't say get out from here.
I've never done this before, so this is all new to me. So right, I want to weigh my vehicle. Okay, if you just go up there, pull up there, you got to wait for the thing to zero off and then drive on there. So I drove up there, I saw the Weighbridge, so I sat there, and no one around, and I'm thinking, mate, is this automatic? Do I just drive on it myself and just... So I thought, no, it can't be right. And I looked at the weight and it wasn't on zero. It still had like 20 kilos or something on it, on the scale. And I thought, well, yeah, I don't know, this can't be right. So I parked the car there after I waited 5-10 minutes or whatever, probably close to 10 minutes. And I walked around, looked for someone and said, oh, mate, yeah, how's this work? I want to get the vehicle weighed. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, no worries. I'll come over and I'll sort all that. Yeah, just wait and I'll zero it off. I said, mate, do I have to be in the vehicle when I get it weighed? Can I just weigh the vehicle without me? Yeah, no problems, just stand over there. So I stand away. So I drove up there, stand away, and then it was weighed. Okay, came in at 2.48 tonnes, 2,480 kilos. That's with my drawer, as you've seen my drawer, my fridge, 12 volt, 240 volt electrical power setup, rooftop tent, okay, and the awning. So it came in at 2,480. The curb weight of my vehicle, I looked on the books, 2.17. On the second row, I've still got the 2-row seat in the Pajero. So let me explain something about the Pajero. that I've got the 4 drive here. The second row seat, the seats are split. So you've got a 2-seater and you've got a single-seater side by side. So what I've done is I removed the single-seater, and it's heavy, but not very heavy, nowhere near as heavy compared to the 2-seater. So the single-seater is removed, and in its place, as you know if you've been watching my videos, I've got my drawer system. That really U-Butte drawer system that I built, and I took you on a bit of a blog over so many days. How enjoyable was that? Every day I'd spend a morning working on it, and in the afternoon and half the night editing and uploading videos on a daily basis. So if you want to know how I built that, everything's on there, guys. But I did spend hours, days, re-edited the whole lot into one video. So there is a single one video shortened version of my drawer build. In regards to the 2-seater, I very rarely ever have anyone sitting there. Very rarely. It's usually only in my vehicle when I'm at home or I'm camping less than 2 or 3 days. If I camp any more than 2, 3, well, any more than 4 days, I remove that second row seat. So, and it got me thinking, geez, you know, I should have removed that and got the vehicle weighed without that removed. Because, to be honest, I really want to know the weight of my vehicle without that in there, because most of the time when I go camping, when I load this up, that second row 2-seater will not be in the vehicle. So, and it's heavy, guys. Luckily, it's easy to remove. It's only 4 bolts. So you undo these 4 bolts, but then you literally have to drag it outside the vehicle. So I send my mate Keith a message, say, hey, have you got some sort of scale or something we can use to weigh these seats? I need to know what the weight is. So, oh, I had this bit of scale that they broke. I've got a scale here, but it only weighs up to 20 kilos. And this thing weighs at least double that, going by the weight when I'm dragging it out the vehicle. And then I thought, why not use me bathroom scales? So somehow, I don't know how, somehow I managed to sit it on me bathroom scales, and it balanced on there after I twiddling around, mucking around with it for probably some half an hour. I finally got it to sit on there, balanced on there, and it came in at 40 kilos. So that weighs 40 kilos. Ow. And guys, just about killed my back doing it. So I've got it removed out of the vehicle. It's sitting on the spare table in the garage here. So it's probably going to stay there for a while now, because I've got some trips coming up soon and I might as well leave it out. And I never carry any passengers in the back of the vehicle, so there's no point it's sitting there. So that then gives me a more accurate weight of my vehicle before I put my camping gear in, which is less than 40 kilos, so 2.44 tonne, so 2,440 kilograms. You're probably wondering what the GVM is. Well, my GVM is 2,810 kilos, 2.81 tonne. That's right, 2,810 kilos. That's the beauty with the Pajeros. Got a really good payload, guys, really good payload. In fact, let's work it out. Trusty old iPhone, let's go into utilities calculator. 2810 minus curb weight 2170. 2170 equals 640 kilos, guys. My Pajero's got a standard payload weight of 640 kilos. How cool is that? So in case you're wondering, it's a 2005 NP diesel, auto diesel, 3.2 litre turbo 4-cylinder diesel in it. Very fuel efficient, just as well. But I tell you what, still giving you a bit of a bite in your rear pocket out of your wallet with the cost of fuel. I notice it's gone up a further 15 cents a litre since I've last checked. So it's up around at $2.06 per litre. How crazy.
I'm crazy!
What I need to know now is what I can carry in addition my vehicle with what's already here now. So we know we weighed it at 2,440 kilos. So let's go 2810 minus 2440 equals 370 kilos. 370 kilos, guys. So on top of what you see my vehicle setup is, okay, which is the drawer system, 110 litre upright fridge, my 12 volt, 240 volt electronic system, which comprises of a lot of Victron gear such as the Multi Plus, a lithium battery, okay, a rooftop tent, and a super duper awning that weighs some 27 kilos. I can still load 370 kilos in my vehicle. Now, another thing I want to explain. There are certain gear that I always, on top of what you see here, that I always leave in the car, such as my tools, my Snow Peak hammer kit. Amazing when you weigh that, how heavy it is. I think I weighed it yesterday, and what did it come out to? Some 4.5 kilos. So amazing, 4.5 kilos for a hammer and some pegs. You might not think that's much, but like I said, you add one and two, many 4 kilos. By the time you know it, whew, that weight goes up real quick. All my kitchen gear, okay, pots, pans, plates, air fryer, cooking utensils, all the stuff I use for cooking. Chairs, I normally always leave 2 chairs inside the vehicle. This is stuff that stays in my vehicle all the time. It never comes out. LED lights, etc. All my spares for vehicle if I need to carry anything. I weighed all that before I put it back in the vehicle, and it totaled 40 kilos. So all that is 40 kilos. So that brings me back up to the total weight as she sits, it stands right here now. Total weight 2,480 kilos. So that leaves me with 330 kilos I still got to play around with inside this vehicle. Now that weight that I've given you, that 2440, that's including all the bedding that's in here, guys. Remember, permanently, I didn't remove them because they stay in the vehicle all the time. If I want to know the weight of them, next time I go to wash them, I can pull them out and just, well, I got to take them out to wash, obviously. And when I do that, then I can individually weigh all my sheets, my doonas, my couple of pillows. And these are, you know, fairly decent pillows, like your household pillows, hard pillows. I don't like the pillows that are too soft. They stay in there all the time. So that weight, all the bedding is all there. So there's no extra bedding that I need to add, guys. So I've still got 330 kilos. Now, of course, I've got to add me to that. I've got to take the weight off of me on that. I'm not going to tell you what I weigh. That's a bit personal, guys. So I'm not going to tell you what I weigh. So I've got to take that off as well. And if I've got another passenger, I've got to consider that as well. But the thing is, most of my gear is already in here. So what extras do I take on top of that? Water. The most I'll carry extra is 60 litres. Sometimes I'll bring my toilet, my portable toilet, which is what, 5.5, 6 kilos. Sometimes I bring the ensuite. Talking about ensuite, keep tuned to my channel. Soon, hopefully, I'll have something new in regards to the ensuite. And it's going to save more weight and storage space inside my vehicle. That's all I'm going to say about it. My clothes, food. Mind you, that can total up depending how long you're going away for. So I've got to add the weight to food. If I'm going to Fraser Island or somewhere sandy, I've got my air compressor pump, which is the ARB twin compressor with the air tank. I've been considering and ahhing of late whether to install that permanently in the vehicle or keeping it in the portable case that it's in. And I think in my case, I'm going to leave it portable because it's very rare. It's actually rare, guys. Don't ever take that with me. I use it a lot at home. Okay, I use it at home to check the tyre pressures, to pump the tyres, clean out inside the vehicle, etc. And it's only a matter, I just grab the port, sit in the front of the vehicle, latch the alligator clamps onto the starter battery, start the vehicle, and then go around, quickly check the tyre pressures, bring them up to pressure, blow around all the dust that's inside the vehicle, and then I'd put it away. Now, if I go to Fraser Island, obviously I'd take it with me. If I go to Kincuna, I take it with me. It's only those sand places. They're only the two places I ever go where I need that compressor. So it's a lot of weight for me to always leave in the vehicle with the little use that I have with that twin ARB air compressor. So I think I'm going to leave that portable. And of course I've got my solar panels. I've got my high voltage 250 watt solar blanket, which is about 8 kilos. And if I take two solar panels, I've got the Kick-Ass 300 watt solar panel, and it's about 13-14 kilos. Now, if I had a second person in the vehicle with me, it's going to get interesting. It's going to get really close. So that's when I really have to be careful with what I carry the weight. But in my situation, if I'm going to go to Fraser Island, next time I'm going to Fraser Island, as a precaution, I'm going to remove the ostrich wing awning and leave that behind and replace that with a tarp that only weighs about 5 kilos, if that. So that's going to save me a further 22 kilos thereabouts. It's kind of a versatile setup, this vehicle that I've got here. So as you can see, I've got no issues, guys. Got no problems whatsoever. Oh, and there's my generator. If I take the generator, what's that, weighs an extra 20 kilos. But guys, I'm seriously thinking about trying to get me hands on a really good, if I can find maybe a second-hand Yamaha 1000 watt. Because they weigh something like around 12 kilos. It's 1000 watts. I think it's all I need. I really don't need to pump any more than about 800 watts. Its mainly use is just going to be to charge the battery in situations where I cannot use a solar panel, or if I don't want to take a solar panel, but I always will. I'll bring at least one backup solar panel, and that'll be the Safari high voltage solar panel, because it takes up less room, it's very flat, and it's only around 8-9 kilos. So that and a little Yamaha 1000 watter, which you'll probably hardly hear, they're super quiet, would be ideal. So I'm gonna see if I can get a good deal on maybe a new one in the near future. It's something I've been considering for quite some time. And the Honda, it's brilliant, but it weighs around the 23 kilos. And it's perfect for at home, a few times when the power goes out. So that's where we're at. So it came in at 2.48 with the chairs in the back, 2.44 without the chair. And as I mentioned before, when I go camping more than 3-4 days, I always remove those chairs. Most vehicles, I don't think you'll be able to do that. And in fact, you guys running around harassing me, trying to tell me I'm overweight, or I'm not going to follow your channel anymore because you're overweight. Do you guys actually look at what vehicles are driving around? I drive around and I look at vehicles, even locally here, that's got these big heavy ARB bull bars on the front. They've got these huge humongous winches. They've got wheels and tyres that are probably must be twice the weight of the stock standard ones. They've got these big alloy cab things on the back. They've got these big heavy king size that I know weighs over 100 kilos, rooftop tents. And you guys pick on me? That's all I could do is just laugh about it, guys, honestly. So, hopefully this video will shut you lot up for good. Prove that I'm well and truly under GVM. And in fact, from now on, when I go camping, everything that goes in this vehicle will be weighed, and I'll know exactly what weight is on this vehicle before I will pull out this driveway to go anywhere. So guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video satisfies a lot of you and will now leave me alone and go pick on some of these other people that are driving around with obvious GVMs that are way, way below what their vehicle weights are. To this day, I still see videos and photos of vehicles that have snapped in half because of their weight. The chassis have snapped in half. We're on the verge. There's supposed to be a huge rain event happening shortly. They're predicting by the end of this week we're going to have flash flooding everywhere and roads are going to be flooded. So in a few days. So let's see if that happens. So in the meantime, guys, look after yourself. If you have any other questions, just ask them down below in the comments. Please put a like on my video. Please help me by subscribing, guys. I need more subscribers. Not going to cost you anything. So don't be worried that if you subscribe, it's going to cost you money. It will not cost you anything. In fact, it'll help you enormously if you subscribe. By each time I'm releasing a video, you will get notified of a video. And it helps with the algorithms with my channel as well. It helps. The more likes, the more subscribers I get out there, the more that YouTube will push my videos out. So till next time, guys, look after yourself. Be kind to everyone. Get out there, go camping now that the weather's cooled down finally. Go out and go camping and enjoy yourself. So cheers.